I literally could not believe this actually worked, and it drove people crazy. And it's something anyone can do. Alright, yo, check this out. Straight up, anyone can do this. That means you. I want you to do it. And for those of you who are curious, by the way, today I'm going to be using the wooden knocks, or the knocks on woods. I need to look up the card names at some point. And by the way, check out this neat little pad. One of my friends at the Underground Club made it for me. It is completely custom designed. Like, it has my logo and everything, like, etched onto here. It's so nice, so beautiful. Shout out to my man, Benny. Getting right down to it. Let's say we have 3 spectators today. We have Chris, we have Tim, and we have Jen, right? So they're going to shuffle the deck to their heart's content, and then Chris is going to get the deck. Now, Chris is instructed to cut off a small packet of cards from the top of the deck. Now, as a magician, I would turn around and close my eyes just so I don't see what's going on. Chris cuts off a small packet of cards, and he's going to count them to himself. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards in his packet. Again, magician, I don't know. I'm just counting these off for your viewing pleasure. He's going to take this packet, put it in his pocket, right? Now he's going to tell Tim how many cards were in his packet. So Tim is going to deal that many cards off the top of the deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then Tim is going to hand this packet over to Jen, who's going to shuffle it up until she is satisfied. Once that's done, she's going to memorize the bottom card of this packet. And as soon as that's memorized, it's going to be returned right to the deck. Now, me as the magician, for the first time, I'm going to come back around, and I have no idea where the card is. But we're going to try something. Like this. Of course, I know each of their names, and they know each of their names. So they're going to spell it out like this. So Chris is going to go C-H-R-I-S, then Tim is going to do T-I-M, then Jen is going to do J-E-N, right? So they're each going to do that spelling, but first, I need Chris to return his packet back to the deck, and let's do this. Deck goes to Chris, C-H-R-I-S, goes to Tim, T-I-M, goes to Jen, J-E-N. And the card left on top of the deck will always be their selected card. Boom. What up, crew? It is Magic Monday, and this year a place to learn magic, master your performance, and captivate audiences. Ain't it great how things work out for themselves in these magical self-working effects? I love it. To give you some background on this trick, by the way, it is known as Name That Card by Temple Patton. Now, before we dive into the tutorial, make sure you smash that like button, hit subscribe, and get ready to share with all your friends. Now grab your favorite deck, and let's do it. Alright, my people, it is time for the tutorial. Like I've stressed and cannot stress enough, this is a card trick that literally anyone can do. I've added a few embellishments here and there to kind of give it a bit more of that oomph, but I guess I can break that down in a bit more detail as we get there. So to begin, ideally you want 3 spectators because it sells a bit more with 3 spectators, and the whole name spelling thing, it can be done with 1, but with 3 it's just a lot better. So to begin, hand the deck over to any of the 3 spectators. Tim's going to shuffle it up this time. Once Tim is done shuffling, let's say we'll give it to Jen. Jen is now going to take and cut off a small packet of cards from the top of the deck. You want this small packet of cards to be between 1 and 13. And as you tell a spectator a small packet of cards, generally, by generally I mean like 99.9%, it's going to be in that range as a small packet. So you tell them small packet, they pick it up, and as a magician, of course, you'd be turned around or close your eyes or hide in a closet or something as they're doing this, so you have no idea what's going on, as long as hopefully they're following the directions. So in this case, Jen picked up 6 cards. She's going to take this and put this in her pocket, and she's now going to tell Tim to deal off 6 cards from the top of the deck. Or you're going to tell Jen to tell Tim to deal off as many cards as she picked up from the top of the deck. So Tim is going to deal 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then he's going to hand this packet off over to Chris, who's going to shuffle it up until he's satisfied, and then he's going to memorize the bottom card. In this case, we have the Jack of Hearts. This card is going to go right on top of the deck. From here, as the magician, now you're going to turn around and pick up this packet. In my performance, I gave the deck a false shuffle, maintaining the top half of the deck, because chances are it's not going to go anywhere else. So top half of the deck. If you want to not do false shuffle, you can always give it like a false cut. One of my favorite false cuts, by the way, never detected by anyone I've performed to in person. Give a deck a swing cut like this. Grab it with your other hand. Swing cut another packet, but have a pinky break over this packet here. So then when you grab this packet now, your pinky's there. Take this packet remaining, put it on the table. Take the packet above the pinky break, put that down, and take the rest of the cards and put it down. Literally, that does nothing. That just keeps the deck in the exact same order. So you can see that your card 1, 2, 3, Or is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Jack of hearts is at the 6th position, right? So I do that, and I tell the spectators now, we want to spell out each one of your names. So if you're not familiar with this name, this would be a great time to ask. So let's spell out Jen, Jen, your name, Tim, all right, Tim, and then Chris, you would spell out your name, Chris. Now, as I return this back, I tell Jen, also the cards that were in your pocket, if you could take them out, we'll add them to the top of the deck. And now again, either false shuffle, false cut. If you don't want to do that, that's completely fine. And then I say, does anyone have any questions? Does everyone understand what's going to happen? So they say yes. Hand the deck over. In order, again, doesn't really matter. Hand the deck over to Jen. She's going to count. Jen. Tim, Tim. Chris, Chris. And the next card will always be their selected card. It's insane how this works. For those of you who are curious on how the math works, I'd love to kind of just walk through this. So let's say spectator, we have A, B, and C. Spectator A picks a packet of cards from the top of the deck. In our case, let's just use 5, but we're going to say X number of cards from the top of the deck. Spectator B also deals off X number of cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in this case. And then this is shuffled. Bottom card is memorized, and I'm just going to flip it over just to kind of see it visually. And this is put on top of the deck. So the memorized card is Xth position from the top of the deck, so you can see right there. Now, spectator number or spectator letter A, B, and C, we're going to reverse count their names, right? So we counted Chris, Tim, Jen, right? And we put this back on top of the deck. So now, because of how the reverse count works, the card's position is going to be A, spectator B, spectator C, plus 1 minus X. So spectator A is Chris, 5 plus 3 plus 3, which is 11, plus 1, 12 minus 5, which was X. So it should be now 7th card from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. When we add X back in, which is 5 cards that were left remaining, now the card's position is A plus B plus C plus 1. So all you have to do now is count A plus B plus C, Chris, Tim, Jen, and the last card remaining will be the selected card. Insane how math works. And if you want to see more mathematical breakdowns for certain card tricks, let me know down in the comments below. For more somewhat self-working card tricks, click on this video right over here. If you enjoyed this, you might enjoy that. Might. A huge shout out to all my Patreon producers, and thank you, love you, see you soon.